Welcome back to the B&B Spoilers channel. Today, we're diving deep into a major twist brewing on The Bold and the Beautiful as tensions reach a boiling point between Ridge, Carter, and Hope. This storyline promises drama, betrayal, and heartache, and we've got all the details for you. Let's take a closer look at the dramatic events unfolding and how they will change the lives of these key characters. Ridge's ultimatum to Carter. Ridge has always been a man who prioritizes the Forrester family and business above all else. He has long viewed Carter as a loyal ally, but recent developments have him questioning the integrity of Carter's relationship with Hope. Ridge believes that Hope has manipulated Carter, turning him into someone he never was, a betrayer to the Forrester name. Ridge is determined to right this wrong, and he knows that for Carter to truly become the man he believes he can be, he must distance himself from Hope. In a dramatic turn of events, Ridge offers Carter a choice: end things with Hope, sever any ties to her, and cancel all the LLC papers they've been working on, and Ridge will reward Carter with a significant promotion at Forrester Creations. It's an offer that Carter can't ignore, one that could change his entire career trajectory. Ridge's plan is clear: if Carter chooses his career and loyalty to Forrester over his feelings for Hope, he will rise to greater heights within the company. But there's a catch. Ridge also believes that Hope's motives are far from pure. He sees her as someone who has used Carter to get back at the Forrester family, and he's convinced that if Carter were to break free from Hope's influence, he would be able to regain his moral compass. Ridge's conviction is rooted in his desire to protect his family and the Forrester legacy. For him, Hope represents a threat, not just to Carter, but to the Forrester name itself. Carter's internal struggle. Carter is caught in the middle of this emotional and professional tug-of-war. While Ridge's offer is tempting, especially given the opportunity to climb the ranks at Forrester Creations, Carter's feelings for Hope are real. His love for her has never been a matter of convenience. He truly believes that they have something special. At first, Carter is deeply conflicted. He's torn between the loyalty he feels toward Ridge, who has been a mentor and a guiding figure in his life, and his genuine affection for Hope. In the face of Ridge's pressure, Carter starts to question his relationship with Hope. He begins to wonder if maybe Ridge is right. Could Hope be using him to manipulate the Forrester family? Has she been playing him all along? The more he reflects on their relationship, the more doubts begin to creep in. Carter starts to see the possibility that Hope's actions may have been driven by a desire for revenge, not just against Ridge but the entire Forrester family. This internal conflict reaches a breaking point when Carter decides to take the hard road and end things with Hope. While this decision is undoubtedly painful, Carter realizes that, for his own future and integrity, he has to walk away. His heart is heavy as he breaks the news to Hope, but he's convinced it's the right thing to do. He believes that distancing himself from her will allow him to rebuild his life, both personally and professionally. Hope's shocking reaction. Hope is completely blindsided by Carter's decision. To her, their relationship has always felt genuine, and she can't fathom why Carter would suddenly end things without warning. She's devastated, not just by the loss of the relationship, but also by the sense of betrayal she feels. She's been through so much in her life, losing her father, struggling with her own sense of identity, and now she's facing the potential loss of the man she thought she would be with forever. But Hope is not one to give up easily. She's determined to hold on to Carter, no matter what it takes. In a desperate attempt to keep him in her life, Hope resorts to a shocking lie. She tells Carter that she is pregnant with his child. Hope knows how badly Carter has always wanted to be a father, and she believes that this news will be the key to getting him to stay. She hopes that the promise of a child will be enough to convince him to reconsider ending their relationship. For Hope, this lie is a way to gain control over the situation and ensure that she doesn't lose Carter. Carter's joy turns to suspicion. Carter is initially overjoyed by the news that Hope is expecting his child. Having longed for fatherhood, this revelation fills him with excitement and a renewed sense of purpose. He immediately begins to envision a future with Hope, one where they raise their child together and build a life that he always dreamed of. The idea of becoming a father, especially with Hope, feels like a dream come true for Carter. He decides to go along with the relationship, embracing the news with open arms. However, as time passes, cracks begin to show in Hope's story. The more Carter thinks about the situation, the more questions he has. Why hasn't Hope been to a doctor? Why hasn't she shown any physical signs of pregnancy? Carter starts to feel uneasy, sensing that something isn't quite right. The inconsistencies in Hope's story begin to build, and Carter becomes suspicious. Eventually, the truth is bound to come out. Carter will discover that Hope has been lying to him all along, and that there is no baby on the way. The revelation will devastate him, and the anger he feels toward Hope will be palpable. Carter has always been a man of integrity, and the fact that Hope has manipulated him in such a hurtful way will cut deep. The fallout, what comes next? Once Carter finds out that Hope was never pregnant, the fallout will be explosive. His trust in her will be shattered, and he will feel deeply betrayed. The emotional toll on Carter will be immense, as he grapples with the reality that the woman he loved has been playing him all along. His feelings of anger, disappointment, and betrayal will be overwhelming, and it's unclear how he will be able to move forward from this. For Hope, the consequences of her lie will be severe. She will have to face the fact that she's lost Carter, not because of anything he did, but because of her own deceit. She will be left to pick up the pieces of her broken relationship, and it's doubtful that she will be able to repair the damage she's done. Hope may try to justify her actions to herself, but deep down, she will know that she's gone too far. Losing Carter will be a huge blow to her, but it may also force her to confront some of the deeper issues she's been avoiding for so long. As for Ridge, he will likely see Carter's decision to leave Hope as a victory, but it may also come with unintended consequences. He might not anticipate the fallout from Hope's actions and the emotional turmoil that will follow. Ridge's involvement in this situation has caused a rift between Carter and Hope, and it will be interesting to see how this plays out in the long run. Will Ridge regret his interference in Carter's personal life, or will he feel justified in his actions? Conclusion: more drama on the horizon. As this storyline unfolds, it's clear that we're in for more drama, heartbreak, and betrayal on The Bold and the Beautiful. The emotional stakes are high, and the tension between these characters is palpable. What will Carter do when he discovers the truth about Hope's deception? Will Hope be able to win Carter back, or is this the end of their relationship for good? Stay tuned to BNB for more updates as these characters navigate the fallout from these shocking events. One thing is for sure, this storyline is far from over, and the drama is just beginning. Carter is certainly going through an emotional roller coaster on The Bold and the Beautiful. In a shocking turn of events, the man who once held the prestigious title of Chief Operating Officer at Forrester Creations has seemingly thrown it all away, for love. The career he worked so hard to build, his relationships with colleagues, and the social standing he enjoyed have all been sacrificed in favor of his whirlwind romance with Hope Logan. It's a bold move that raises a lot of questions. Was it worth it? Does Carter truly believe that choosing Hope over everything else was the right decision? Let's take a deeper look at Carter's journey and the consequences of his choices. Carter's bold decision to prioritize love. For those watching closely, Carter's decision to give up his career for love may seem reckless, especially considering the power and prestige that came with his position at Forrester Creations. As the COO of one of the most iconic design houses in the world, Carter had everything: success, respect, and stability. But what he lacked, according to him, was the kind of love and companionship he was looking for. That's where Hope came into the picture. Carter and Hope's relationship started off innocently enough. They were co-workers, colleagues working together within the Forrester family, but as their bond grew, it quickly blossomed into something far more intense. In a matter of weeks, Carter went from being a professional at the top of his game to being head over heels in love with Hope, someone he truly believed he could build a life with. For Carter, this new romance wasn't just a fling, it was everything he had longed for: love, intimacy, and a sense of completeness. And it felt right. Hope made him feel seen and appreciated, emotions he had never quite experienced in his professional life. For Carter, the high he gets from his newfound love is something that outweighs the prestige and pressure of his job. In this light, Carter's decision to choose Hope over Forrester Creations makes sense, at least from an emotional standpoint. Love, after all, is a powerful force. For Carter, it's more important than career success. He's willing to gamble everything for the possibility of a future with Hope, even if it means taking a step away from the world of high-powered business and the Forrester legacy. In his mind, this relationship with Hope could be the real thing, and that matters far more than any position or paycheck. The price of love, Carter's career in jeopardy. But this isn't just a love story. Carter's decision to prioritize Hope comes at a significant cost. Ridge, ever the mastermind of Forrester, saw Carter's relationship with Hope as a threat, not just to his own legacy, but to the family business as a whole. Ridge, who has always been protective of the Forrester name, knew that Carter's involvement with Hope could potentially unravel the delicate balance of power within the company. He believed that Hope was using Carter as a pawn in a larger game, possibly to get back at the Forrester family or undermine their standing in the fashion world. Ridge offered Carter an ultimatum: walk away from Hope and the business entanglements tied to her, or forego any future at Forrester Creations. It was a stark choice: loyalty to the family or loyalty to Hope. And yet, Carter made his decision. He chose Hope. He believed that the love he shared with her was more than worth the risk of losing his career. And to a certain extent, one could understand his reasoning. If Hope was the woman he wanted to spend the rest of his life with, then no career, no matter how successful, would be worth holding on to if it meant losing her. Unfortunately, Carter didn't realize just how much he was sacrificing. By turning his back on Forrester and dismissing Ridge's offer, he made it clear that his personal desires now superseded his professional ambitions. Ridge, who had always been a mentor to Carter, felt deeply betrayed. This wasn't just a matter of business, it was personal. And while Carter may have thought that his relationship with Hope was worth the cost, he was walking away from decades of loyalty to a family that had been there for him time and time again. The danger of being blinded by love. What's most concerning about Carter's situation is how quickly his emotions have clouded his judgment. It's one thing to fall in love, but it's another thing entirely to lose sight of everything else in the process. Carter is so deeply entrenched in his relationship with Hope that he's ignoring the risks of their relationship and the consequences of his actions. He's already throwing around the L word, talking about long-term commitment, and imagining a future with Hope, when, in reality, their relationship is still in its infancy. By focusing so heavily on the potential of his romance with Hope, Carter has failed to see the bigger picture. His impulsive decisions, driven by love and desire, have led him to a place where he's alienating the people who have supported him for years. Ridge, the Forresters, and even his friends at Forrester Creations are now watching as Carter throws away his career, his loyalty, and his position at the company for a relationship that hasn't had time to fully blossom. This might be one of the most damaging aspects of Carter's current storyline, his willingness to risk everything without considering the long-term consequences. If things don't work out with Hope, where does Carter go from here? What happens if their romance turns out to be just another passing fling, or if Hope's motivations are more complicated than Carter realizes? Will he be left to pick up the pieces of his life, or will he be forced to live with the knowledge that he gave up everything for love, only to lose it all? Will Carter regret his decision? There's no denying that Carter's love for Hope is real. He's happy, and for now, that's all that matters to him. But as the days pass, Carter may begin to see the cracks in the foundation of his life. Will he regret giving up everything for a relationship that may not stand the test of time? Will he ever reconcile with the Forrester family and regain his professional standing, or will the damage be too great to repair? The emotional stakes for Carter are sky high, and the consequences of his actions will have far-reaching implications for his future. As fans, we can't help but wonder, will Carter get his life back on track? Will he eventually realize that he made a mistake, or will he continue down this path, no matter where it leads? For now, we're watching with bated breath as Carter sets his professional life ablaze in order to light up Hope's world. But as much as we root for love, we also know that sometimes, even the best intentions can lead to disastrous consequences. Will Carter be able to rebuild his life, or will he find himself regretting his decisions? Only time will tell. Hope and Carter have quickly become one of the most talked about couples on The Bold and the Beautiful. Their whirlwind romance has captivated fans, but underneath the surface, there are questions lingering about the authenticity of Hope's feelings for Carter. Is this truly the love story it seems to be, or is there something more complicated at play? While Carter appears to be falling head over heels for Hope, the eagle-eyed fans of the soap opera are picking up on some telling signs that suggest Hope's heart might not be entirely with him. Let's take a closer look at this dramatic turn of events and what might really be going on with Hope. A history of uncertainty. Hope has had a complicated romantic history on B&B, marked by several high-profile relationships and emotional missteps. Her journey began with her marriage to Liam Spencer, but things quickly became messy when she kissed Thomas while still married to Liam, leading to a divorce. From there, things took an unexpected turn as Thomas proposed to her several times, but Hope wasn't ready to take that step and instead, he left for Europe. After Thomas, Hope's attention shifted to Steffi's husband, Finn, creating a scandal when she kissed him, which led to a lot of embarrassment. But now, just when it seemed like Hope was finally ready to settle down, she's found herself in a relationship with Carter, the man who's always been a good friend to her but never quite the romantic interest she's had in the past. Their romance, while passionate, has raised some eyebrows. Is this relationship really the one that will last, or is Hope simply caught in the rush of another fleeting affair? Carter's deep feelings for Hope. Carter, for his part, has had his share of failed relationships, and the pain of those past heartbreaks is still fresh in his mind. But with Hope, something feels different. He genuinely cares for her and sees a future with her. After all, Hope has been there for him when he needed a friend, and now that they're exploring a romantic relationship, Carter feels like he's finally found the woman he can build a life with. The intensity of Carter's feelings for Hope is obvious to anyone watching. He's willing to put everything on the line for her, including his career at Forrester Creations and his long-standing friendship with Ridge. This kind of emotional commitment is rare for Carter, and his belief that Hope is the one seems to be driving every decision he makes. He's already sacrificed so much for their love, which makes him all the more invested in their future together. However, there's a major complication lurking beneath the surface: Hope herself. While she's professed her affection for Carter and seems to genuinely care for him, her actions tell a different story. The mystery of the engagement ring. One particular detail has caught the attention of many fans, and it's not one that can be easily overlooked. A sharp-eyed soap opera fan group on X, formerly Twitter, shared a clip of Steffi accusing Hope of poisoning Carter's mind and turning him against the Forresters. But it wasn't Steffi's words that grabbed attention, it was the fact that Hope was still wearing the engagement ring Thomas gave her around her neck while she was professing her love for Carter. This seemingly innocent piece of jewelry has sparked a wave of speculation among B&B fans. Why is Hope still wearing Thomas's engagement ring? If she's truly committed to Carter, why hasn't she let go of a symbol of her past relationship? The ring around Hope's neck is raising more than just eyebrows. It's raising suspicions that maybe she's not as emotionally invested in Carter as he believes. Could it be that she's not entirely ready to close the chapter on her past with Thomas? Or worse, could she be using Carter as a stepping stone to get back into Forrester Creations and regain her status, all while keeping the door open for a potential reconciliation with Thomas? Hope's motives: is she using Carter? For Carter, the idea that Hope might be using him is a painful thought. He's poured his heart into their relationship, believing that she's the one he's been waiting for. But as the weeks go by, he may start to see the cracks in their love story. The fact that Hope is still wearing the engagement ring Thomas gave her indicates that she may not be fully emotionally available to Carter. Instead, some fans speculate that Hope might see Carter as a convenient way to climb back into the Forrester fold. After all, she's currently out of a job, and Carter is her knight in shining armor, someone who can not only offer her the career opportunities she's lost but also bring back her hope for the future line. If that's the case, Hope stands to gain a lot from her relationship with Carter, even if she's not fully invested in him as a person. As much as Carter believes in their love, Hope's motivations may be far more calculated. If she's using Carter to secure her future at Forrester and to regain her professional status, it's clear she has little to lose in this scenario. After all, if the relationship doesn't work out, she can always walk away and return to the safety net of Thomas or another potential